it's a privilege to actually have the opportunity to engage in something that is the antithesis of reason. I mean, I guess when God created the world, he got a little tired at the end, so he only put a certain amount of things in the course of those 7 days. And maybe poetry was something that he left out, and he left that for humans to do. Who said anything about Kierkegaard today? Nemo. It was great. It's funny. Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. And I guess you realize that you can't suffer if you don't have a soul. But is it better to have a soul and suffer, or not have a soul? I started to use different kinds of materials because I was looking for some kind of new way to paint. I mean, the world existed before I showed up. I'm just basically reacting to it. Working with things that already exist affords you associations that are beyond your invention. And my notion of painting has to do with freedom. I see opportunities everywhere as paintings, in images that already exist, in surfaces that will respond to paint a certain way, or it might come from an accident. Well, first impulses in my earlier work was to look at walls, and a lot of those walls had holes cut out of them, and I thought, okay, that looks like the surface for a painting. That's the architecture for a painting. And as I went full circle, I realized that a picture could be the architecture of a painting also, so I would select things that already had pictures, images of things impregnated on them, and then I could treat them as a blank canvas or paint on top of those things and let them inform what I was doing and make me react to what was there and come out with a hybrid painting or some kind of poetic. But ultimately, they just become a stasis where marks could float and where humanity can take place. It has as much to do with reacting rather than acting. Realize that you've been drawn to the same things before you even knew what they were. And in a way, we're like monkeys in a lab, and there's some other being looking at us doing these things. That other being is ourselves. And as we have 20/20 vision in retrospect and we look at these things that we've been doing, we start to understand what we're doing, and then we actually take them as information and use those things as part of our itinerary. Things seem more circular, more and more and more and more. Like we get a hint of a vision for a moment. We get a glimpse of something. And then later we pick it up somehow and get a chance to delve into it or face it. But it really does have to do with life and death. But I think that's a big topic in art. The topic. So that gives me a lot of joy. Real joy.